Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, everybody, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Hi! What is it? Happy Sunday! Happy Sunday! Welcome back to a Fresh Hazel stream. What do you think? It's purple. It's like a purple ombre. So it's like brown like my hair at the top. And then it's purple. It's a little flippy at the ends, but that's okay. It's not like we're trying to convince anybody that it's hair. Reminds me of Shadowlands type. Didn't think about the length. What a cute kid. Morticia Adams could never. And I'm excited. I think this is what I wanted my hair to look like when I used to straighten my hair and straighten my bangs when I was a teenager. It never quite got there because my hair is naturally super curly, but we did our best. Today, for our fun day Sunday stream, I want to keep working on class mounts. And we left things off with the most beautiful man with his rippling thighs. So let's check and see. I don't know how many mission table sections there are, but I figure we'll just kind of power ahead until we hit a stopping point if we do hit another one, and then we'll maybe pick another character to work on while we wait for missions and stuff. But at least the mission we started last night should be all good. And they should be only an hour, I think. So we might be able to get a few of them during stream. A lot of mission table parts, unfortunately. When we say a lot, do we mean 2, 7, 45? What's our ballpark here? Success chance of the first mission. Yeah. Slam that in. He's definitely gonna need resources at some point, so I'm sure hopefully you get a bunch from doing the campaign. I kind of got my fingers crossed for that. Yeah, there we go. We got 500 resources just for that. Maybe I'll get plenty just from doing the quest line. So that is a second artifact. So bolstering my arsenal I don't need to do. Sign from the sky. There's a real danger that I'm going to run into quests that I don't need to do, and I'm not going to know that I don't need to do them until halfway through, but we're just going to kind of feel it out. And this way. I always forget that this is in the Eastern Plaguelands. I know just because the portal is in Dalaran, I just kind of assume that it's attached to Dalaran. They've just tacked on a cathedral to the outside edge of it, and you just never notice it unless you're flying around the city. Are your neck muscles in shape from lifting light with the buzz? We'll have to see. Start complaining in about a half an hour. Got my hunter class mounts yesterday, trying to decide which one I want to do next. I am apparently lost in a very small room. Delighted by how easy they are to get these days. Although this is, I guess I'll decide if it's easy or not after. There we go. After we finish Anthus. Ripsy was easy because I had evidently already done the rogue campaign once upon a time. I don't think I have a terrible high amount of characters that actually played during Legion still on my account, at least not ones that don't have their class mounts. I think my druid might be a good one, but that's not technically a mount. It's a druid form, but I still think I kind of want to do it. You lightbound object, because if it doesn't have, I feel like the falling star wasn't important, but I guess if I don't have anything else for the Order Hall campaign, then I may as well do it. I feel like I skipped that quest for all of Legion. It wasn't a thing. Suramar related. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Why does it say Order Hall if it's not an Order Hall quest though? We can go back to the Order Hall and look to see if we can find anything else to do, but in lieu of that, I don't have any other ideas. This one is just for Legion Legendaries. We don't need to do that. That's a Titanic Sparks or whatever they were called. I think you have to do it for certain classes Order Hall campaigns. You probably need to leave and come back for a few moments. Okay, let's just pop back through the portal at least. Have a look-see. Well, we'll figure it all out in the end, I'm sure. Because that's just the artifact questline, which we confirmed do not need to do. I never did them all on my rogue. Although I guess it might be dangerous applying things that we learned on one character to the rest of them. Because you never know. What do you want? You are going to give me free transmog? Thanks. Sure, yeah, why not? Crown of the silver hand. I will take that. It's got metal feathers on it, or are they daggers? They might be blades. Extra blades, just in case you lose the tip of your own blade. Oh, and I can get this is like 100 gold for stuff. Sure, yeah. I absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they gave us that one for free. And then I guess as you get, oh, if I get more artifacts, then I can get more transmog. I see. I gotcha. Teaches the contemplation. Oh, sure. If it's 50 gold. For 50 gold, we can learn how to contemplate. Okay. Well, let's head back out to Dalaran, and if I still don't see another quest, then I'll just do the Falling Star one. You'll need to unlock the Nightborn disguise. Later on, you need to buy something from vendors in Suramar to unlock the class hall mount. Oh, okay. Oh, this is I'm in the Eastern Blacklands. I, for some reason, thought that was going to take me to Dalaran. Pardon me. Bear with me. We have more coffee to consume, and that will help. So how you guys doing? How's your weekend going? How's your day? I was really tired at the end of yesterday, despite the fact that I didn't do... I guess, so I did a family dinner last night, and I brought dinner rolls with me. So I had bread making in my afternoon, which meant that I kind of like looked at the recipe and looked at when I wanted to leave and like reverse engineered if it has to rise for this long and bake for this long and et cetera, and like scheduled in all the different pieces, which isn't that hard. And also I used my bread machine for the dough, so there wasn't like an awful lot of labor involved. I did shape them at least. I didn't bake it in the bread machine. Otherwise it wouldn't have been rolls. It just would have been a large loaf of bread. And they turned out nicely enough. But by the end of the night, I was like so tired, falling over. Yeah, we're just gonna go to Suramar. We're gonna take that griffin. Hey there, Hazel. Slowly. It's so cold again. Sounds like a success. Yeah. I even brought Moosey. I thought about leaving him at home because, you know, it's training either way. I'm either training him to stay at home by himself or I'm training him to come with me and not wreak havoc. We elected for havoc last night, so we brought him with, and I brought a comical amount of food and various frozen treats and shoes for him to work on to keep him busy while we were eating dinner and stuff. And it was all right. It's hard for a puppy to be in a place that's filled with toys that are for a toddler that are not for a puppy to eat, and then also things like clothes and cushions, and there was a beanbag chair that he really wanted to rip in half, and so it's a lot when you're just a pup with big chompy chompers. Gertrudian, thank you very much for the 8-month resub. Love seeing people, but I often require downtime afterwards to recharge. Yeah, I think I've got a couple of pretty quiet days. I don't think I have to be going anywhere. I can hole up more or less at home, dog walks notwithstanding, until the weather decides to behave again. Although it didn't ever get icy, it just got cold, and it should be warming up soon. Not going out of the house till I need to go to work tomorrow. That's really, really cold. Blasphemer, thank you for the 55-month resub. Good morning. Good morning. I want to make more bread because I'm out of bread now. I left the rolls with the host because I figure that's the least you can do if you're, if they're making dinner and you're just bringing dishes, like the people that host, they should keep all the leftovers. So I need to make some more bread. I got to pick another one. I think it's time for me to... Are we okay? Oh, I see. They're role-playing. I thought I broke it. It's time for me to start a new sourdough starter. It's time. I need to just commit to donating that amount of flour to the universe. And I'm going to start one from scratch. Because the best time to start a sourdough starter is years ago in your grandparents' time. And the second best time was 2 weeks ago. And then the third best time is now. So we're working with what we can. Donating. Gonna use that. I like that a lot. It's somewhat I understand the basic principles of how a starter begins to become active and ferment and become useful. I'm not super up on all the details, but I have a basic idea. But there's still something that feels primarily wonky about let's just leave some food out loosely covered at room temperature and wait until it starts to grow. But I love sourdough bread very much. It's spiritually important to me because that's, you know, bread-based being. Yeah, I don't have whole rye flour. I have instructions from the book that I'm working on that I'm probably going to stick to. I appreciate the tips, though. Could you ask your mom questions? Sounds like she has a lot of experience with it. I have all of the notes from her book as well. It mostly just feels weird. It's just the concept that's a bit strange. So this star is really throwing me off, but that's actually for something else that's probably phased. We need to go this way. Someday, will you grow your own grain to grind into flour? What am I, Chicken Little? Maybe. That sounds like that's something that I would do exactly once. I would do that one time, and then never again. Better than catching fish, burying it in the ground, digging it back up later to eat. I mean, that's just a homemade fridge. I've buried parts of fish in the ground, but that's just to kind of amend the soil. Feel that way about pickling too, since there's no way to really see that it, quote, worked. Worried about poisoning myself with homemade fermented foods. Yeah, some of them I feel like are scarier than others. I feel like with sourdough, because you ultimately bake it in a pretty hot oven for like a while, I'm not as concerned. I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody, and I'm sure it's possible, but it seems unlikely that you would poison yourself with like sourdough poisoning. I don't think that's a thing. Or if it is, it's infrequent enough that I haven't heard of it yet in my 31 years of life. But canning, amateur canning is totally great. It's a perfectly fine thing to do. But if you do it wrong, that's when you get the botulism, and we don't like that. That's no good. So I've never actually done like homemade canning. I also don't have anything worth canning. I'm not like a salsa legend like my grandmother is or anything at this time. I've not made jam. I've not made really anything cannable. Investigate the cave, which is this a cave? Can I swim in here? I can't swim in there. That cave, okay. Do we have underwater mounts? we're gonna need those if we're gonna not drown doing this. Let's stick a button on the bar here. Main concern is to prevent contamination from undesired microbes. In terms of sourdough, suspect you'll know easily if that's occurred. I think with sourdough, as long as it doesn't look moldy, you're fine. It's intended to... There's a few things that happen that are expected that seem scary but are all right. I was reading about the liquid that forms on top of a sourdough starter because I was just browsing articles about sourdough starter and how it works. And apparently, it's called hooch. You're supposed to stir it back in for... you could pour it off if you want to, but it's got lots of flavor in it that you want for your starter. So you're supposed to stir it back in. And it's actually alcoholic. Like, as your starter ferments, it's creating alcohol on your kitchen counter, which is kind of funny to me. It's also funny to me that it's called hooch, because that's like what... I mean, I guess that's exactly what that is homemade alcohol. I found some sea lions. Pardon me, lion seals. Different thing altogether. Any mount runs you're going to do today? I didn't plan on it. I was going to do Legion class order hull mounts. I'm trying to scrape my way through. Maybe this is a cave. Through the Legion class order hull paladin campaign right now to work on the paladin mounts. Beer, essentially liquid bread. Basically all kinds of homemade alcohol. Didn't know. Oh, I don't know if it originated in bread making. I think the one that happens during... I don't think anybody drinks sourdough hooch, or if they do, they should find something better to drink. I can't imagine it tastes very good, but I think that's just another place in which it comes from. I'm sure it started somewhere else. Soda can amount of botulism, contains enough lethal doses to kill everyone. Silver Stitcher, thank you for the 22-month resub. I was sad. I had while I was at my family dinner, I had a non-alcoholic gin and tonic, which is different than just like a ginger ale, but it was really nice. And I was enjoying it very much. And then I completely, I put it down because I was chasing after my dog. And then I was so distracted by the puppy and by everything else that I completely forgot about it. And then I was like walking home later and I was like, I forgot to finish my drink. It was so good. It was so delicious. As a biochemist, appreciate this reference, but I don't think it is. Apparently, if you're starting your own sourdough starter, like from scratch, basically, and you're not getting any seed starter from anyone else, you're looking at like a couple of weeks before it's ready to start leavening bread for you, which is sooner than I thought it would be. And I could get more starter discard for my mom, but I kind of want to do it myself just to kind of see. I've never done that before, you know. I want to add that to my list of things I've done in my life. I guess I just hearth back. Sure, why not? What will you name your starter? If I name it, then I'm going to feel worse if it dies. Yeah. The cool thing about how small the city is and having everybody else also live in town is that in, like, I can walk to not just, like, one family member's house, but, like, any of them. Like, there's 3 different domiciles. Why did I say domiciles? There's 3 different places that I can walk where people that are ostensibly related to me live. And they're all within walking distance as long as you're ready for, like a walk. Falling star. In the middle? Does your mom know you killed her starter? No, but she's a sweet and kind person who's not prone to out-of-order guilt trips, so I don't think she would mind. Steve, the sourdough starter. Name it Bob. Great-grandfather and grandfather had a bakery back in the day. Cool to find it, bring it back to life after several decades. Walkability is such a massive quality of life plus that we'll never take credit for ever again. But yeah, I want to try starting my own. Yes. So this, I'll get transmog from doing that. I don't know if I need to do this quest, but transmog, you know. Reminds me of a Pokemon named Fido. He's a dog made of bread. Every time I play, I forget which game it is. It's one of the more recent ones. It has Fido in it. And I want him because he's a dog and because he's made of bread. But he's like not very, I mean, he's like a fairy Pokemon. And my problem is that the only Pokemon I ever actually want to use in my playthrough. Oh, I have to do the entire battle for Exodar for this? How cool is this one transmog? Because this is like a long scenario. Oh, why not? Let's just do it. The things we do for a pair of shoulders. Yeah, the only Pokemon that I will accept into my party are the ones that are all attack and no defense, because I just play like the campaign in those games and I take a great deal of my joy from blowing up any Pokemon that's in front of me. So my main concern when I'm building a team is to have full type coverage and to have really high attack moves and to pair them with Pokemon that have really high attack stats in the corresponding attack stat for that move, either special attack or physical attack. And I like try to make a good balance of them. But I care not for defense. I care not for health. I care only mildly for speed. I care all about the big boom. I'm a big glass cannon player because, you know, in Pokemon games they're easy enough that you can kind of do whatever you want, and that is extremely fun to be able to just one-shot everything. Fido, unfortunately, just didn't make the cut. Can confirm, very cute. I remember hating this about halfway through Legion. I feel like I've done it more than once, and I don't remember why. Maybe it used to be required for something, but I must not have done it on a plate character because I'm missing these shoulders. One attack of each type on my 6th party team. What about Slowpoke? By the way, speed was more important. You one-shot anything 3 gyms into the game anyway. I see. Name the evolution. Crispy. I haven't played a Pokemon game for a hot minute. I got the 2 most recent ones. Sword and Shield and then Violet. And Violet is this bizarre game that feels just fundamentally unfinished. It feels like the environments and the maps and stuff, there's huge parts of that game that feel like somebody just didn't do it. But I love the game anyway because the parts of the game that they did do are so good that it feels like they were making an incredible game and then somebody just pulled the plug on it and went, to heck with it, ship it. And the devs presumably were like, what do you mean? It's not finished. And then they were like, what, you think gamers are going to notice? You think they're gonna care? They're gonna buy this anyway. Because I remember like playing the beginning of it and being appalled at how bad it looked and how many things were just like they just seemed not done or like barely functional. But then you start playing it and you're like, oh, this is actually kind of sweet. I've played it twice now. I'm probably gonna go back to it eventually. Hard to keep playing for a while. Playing the DLC, they're so good. Had to be out in time for the Ash Saga finale of the anime. Well, you can tell it shows. And when I first started playing it, I was like, they're never gonna live this down. And maybe they won't. I don't know whether or not they will. But when I first started playing it, I'm like, this is embarrassing for a company that has put out so many games in better condition than this one. Like for games that were multiple generations older than this one to look that much better. But they had some really good concepts, and like the actual finding Pokemon in the world and doing the different base quest lines and stuff was so fun that I forgave it thoroughly. So I have to mog the shoulder when I get it right. Like if we're gonna do this entire battle for Exodar, just because A, it was in front of me, and B, there was like a plate shoulder. It was an asymmetrical shoulder, which would have been cooler if we didn't live in an age where you could just kind of have asymmetrical shoulders. Also, I'm playing with no talents. Maybe we should put some, if we're going to be red. I don't need to be red, actually. Stick me back in prot. I have buttons for prot. And we're wearing a shield and a sword anyway, because this is Legion content. I'm going to do enough damage. There we go. At least we have key points now. It had put me into red previously because I did the Ashbringer artifact quest line, but we don't gotta stay there. Hate the Battle for Exodar. I've done it way too many times. I did it a lot at the time, but I haven't done it for years. I feel like I've taken a long enough break from it that I've cooled down on it. I've forgiven it. Because like the main thing is just that it's like really big and a lot of running around, like a lot of travel time, right? Like there's, I mean, I guess I haven't rescued any terrified citizens yet. I need to go find some and tell them it's okay. Don't be afraid. You see this war? Don't worry about it. I'm here. You're rescued. Congratulations. Completely forgot Battle for Exodar existed. I remember being impressed and or just... I remember having feelings about like the RP at the end of it being kind of cool the first time, and then I think I was very relieved whenever they let you skip it, because I thought, was it true, and this might not be true, I might be misremembering, but was it true that you at one point in the game needed to do this to access Argus on a character? Or am I confusing it with a different, because I know that you definitely go to Exodar to get to Argus on the first quest line, but I think I might be confusing two quest lines. Get there, think, come on, villain, just let me speak. Don't make me run around, this is important. I'm still 0 of 12 with the citizens. Yeah, that's okay. I think I'm just going to do this the one time. This is definitely not required for the Class Order Hall questline, but... you know, if I ever catch up on all the mounts that I could ever farm, then I'm... and then I'm caught up on all the pets that I could farm. At one point, we're going to have to turn to Transmog. I think it's going to be a while before we're done with Legion Class Order Hall mounts, though, because I don't even have a mage right now. And my poor... Actually, I have the Monk Class Order Hall mount already, so I don't need to level my Monk for this. But I don't have a mage. And I also don't have the Mage Class Order Hall mount. And I refuse to restore a mage because I'm stubborn like that. I would rather level a new one. Happy I got the Broken Wine Bottle mug. Could you please check for a quest in the Broken Shore called Champions of Legion Fall? Sure, yeah, let me see. Broken Shore. Dragon Elves. Broken Elves. Broken Shore. Nothing on the map. Nothing on the map at this time. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. I can do the campaign while I level. That'll make the mage one, I think, feel a lot easier. Although, that means I'll have to actually, like, do combat for these quests. Not that we have to do this one, but... well, that'll be good. Because I have a warrior to do the warrior mount on. I have a shaman that can do the shaman order hall. Boy can do the warlock stuff. That'll be fine. It's just mage, I think, then? Mage, I think, is the only one that I don't even have a character for. I think. Hello. Are you the first citizen I'm rescuing? Oh, there we go. We're finding them now. Here, let's turn friendly nameplates on. That might make it easier to see them. I think I was missing them. I think they were not registering as important. Miss Legion Quest so much. Need to do them again. Love the mage mounts. Use them all the time. Am I going to do the extra quest? I believe it gives Monk. Maybe. I'm doing this one for Monk. Depends on how we feel when it's staring us in the face. It's that one. Who else? Maybe go to the Crystal Hall. Plenty of people left over there, I'm sure. What race will you make your mage? I love mages. It's a great question. That's an excellent question, and I don't know. I will need to think about that. Nice thing about Transmog is its collection is often passive via other activities. I like the idea of just having a lot of Mog. Like, I like the idea of the bar at the top of this being, like, really full. Plate, I'm definitely missing, like, I have less than half of plate. Which I guess you could say I have more than a quarter of plate, you know. Glass half full and all that. Go-to race is Night Elf for every class that can be one. Shadowmelt's just too good. Part of me wants to pick a race that I don't have. But then the other part of me wants to pick a race that I like. And a lot of the races I don't have is because I don't usually enjoy playing them. I could just make a gnome. You can always have more gnomes. That's an option. It's something that we could do. One time Mantis is going to get on that Crusader horse and it's going to eat him. Going to say gnome army? The answer is clearly gnome. Gnome's pretty good. I don't know if I've given fair consideration to all the horde races, though. There's troll mages? No. There's... Well, I'm not going to be an orc mage. You could be. Orc and Tauren are out. I could be a goblin! I don't have a goblin! I could be a goblin mage. Do I want to be a goblin mage? I like my goblin hunter. I think she's super cute. Troll casting animations are cool. Nightborn mage. I used to have a Nightborn mage. I used to have a Nightborn and a Mechanome mage. And they both died in the Purge. So in respect to their memory, I think I'm not going to recreate them. Volpera mage. Could also be a Mechanome. Would like to take my Troll Paladin through time walking before the end of the week. You'll be proud to hear, speaking of nothing, you'll be proud to hear I tanked a couple dungeons last night. My friends were doing some alt keys and they didn't have a tank in the group yet, so I hopped onto Scary and I blood DK'd it up in a couple of low mythic plus. Love Taurens and Gnomes too much to make other races. Wish different class race combinations, but alas, one big horde of Taurens. I like that. I think that's really cute. Scary out of retirement. How'd you find it? Oh, it was fun. I wouldn't do it for its own sake, but I like having access to it as a character that I can use when, like, my friends need a tank, basically. It's nice being able to hop onto something that is fairly user-friendly and has a lot of great tools. Also, it seems like some kind of a crime that Scary has a hero track Rage Heart, the Farak tanking trinket that does bonkers damage. She has a hero track one, and she's like my nobody level 455 alt that I like don't play and don't even really know how to play terribly well. I mean, it's fine. I'm not awful. We more or less piece the buttons together. We occasionally do very goofy things. It's fine. But it just seems so funny that she has a Rage Heart that I kind of like, I don't know, it's a shame not to use it. And it turns out the Rage Heart does lots of damage. I was keeping up on the deeps in those keys. Pandarin is an option. That is true. I don't have a Pandarin. The races I tend to not have are Worgen, Pandas, and then Volpera. Tauren, funnily enough, I do have a couple of Tauren. Playing that out more is a solution to that non-problem. I didn't say it was a problem. I just thought it was. I just think it's funny. It would upset people that have been farming very hard to get that. Like, we haven't even seen that trinket drop in our, like, regular raid. Oh, Dark Iron Dwarf Fire Mage. Did I? I had a Dark Iron Shaman. And I had a Dark Iron Monk. Did I have a Dark Iron Fire Mage? I might have done. Every time you mention Worgen, I just cringe at my own ability to not manage to level one. I think I was supposed to level a Worgen for Heritage Armor, and I didn't even talk myself into doing that. Throughout the years, I've had a handful of Worgen Druids that I've leveled like halfway and then deleted. And I think I may have once tried to level a Worgen Hunter, but I just never managed to stick with them. Hazel, I keep hearing conflicting reports about Threads of Fate. So WoW support says it's been removed. People are reporting getting the option when they do Shadowlands content. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. Surprised you don't have Worgen to play through the story in 10.25, see how it is and isn't different. I've just never really been a story player. I'm a chronic cutscene skipper. I don't really keep up with the lore. It's just never really been a motivator for me in the game. Worgens are good Snoop boys. Yeah, Darkflight seems pretty cool. Dark Iron Mage Engineer. Ultimate porting machine. Yeah, I wonder if I'm gonna play a mage that's not a gnome. Or if it's just gonna be like, how do we customize this gnome? Because there's some gnome hairstyles that I haven't used yet that are really cool. There's some real good ones. Hello. I'm ready, Velen. Off we go. Off and away. You want a nice little target marker so I don't lose you? There we go. I met a male gnome. That's a good question. I don't have any male gnomes. No, that's not true. I have Boy. Boy is holding down male gnomes for my entire account. How could I forget Boy? I feel like my male gnome desire has been satisfied by having that character on my account. Yeah, that's right. Female Draenei Mage, they're pretty cool. I have a female Draenei Hunter. One of my many BF hunters. Although I'm tempted, if they ever like really trash the character limit on the account, not that I'm close to 50 characters, but if they were ever like, you know what, make 400, see if I care. I would, just for fun, level up a hunter and play at BM every single time. BM hunters for every single race. That just sounds fun to me. Maybe hunters and priests, if they ever let me just like, A, organize my character screen better, maybe put them into little folders, and then B, just like, you know, just trash the character limit. Hunters and priests I can just make endlessly and level endlessly. Have a druid of every race because I'm insane. Then we would have a Worgen hunter of some description. I think I would have to do a male Worgen. I think maybe trying to play female Worgens has been part of my problem. I think that might be. I think male Worgen might go better. Streamer has a race. Every race, every class combination. Wouldn't you need like a few accounts for that? That's pretty cool. Male Worgen are superior, but I have a slight feeling I'm biased. Oh, 7 or 8 accounts. That is a level that I don't think I'm ever gonna get to. Look at Velen go. I've always liked him. He's got a good beard. Character limit is account wide. It's per account. There used to be an account limit and a server limit, but they removed the server limit, so it's just the account limit now. You can have them all on one server if you want. All I want is one tiny thing. Undead paladins. I've always held that if they can be priests, they should be able to be paladins. But if it was up to me, they would open everything up to everything. I'm all about options. I don't think there's any race class combination that they could introduce that I would be like upset about having be available. But that's, again, I'm not like a... The story is not a factor for me, so of course I want more options. I wouldn't, you know, it's not the only point of view. Alberther, thank you for the 54-month resub. I want an even tinier thing. Mechadome Paladins. I get it, I get it. Love a Nightborn Demon Hunter. Gnome Demon Hunters, man. That would be the thing. Waiting for the War Within just to collect Transmog, my BM Hunter. I would refuse opening up Evokers and Druids, but I very badly want non-elf options for Demon Hunter. I want to shapeshift into a robot bear. I want to shapeshift into a robot bunny for a Druid travel form. I think I would still be Night Elf for PvP because Shadow Meld, but it would be the Mecha Bunny. We have a model for it. There's a Mecha Bunny model. Actually, there's multiples. There's the Leaping Leopard, which is like a proto bunny, but like Mecha... Where is it? Barnabas, that's right. My de-weaponized mechanical companion. That's what I want, like a Mecha Gnome Druid, or even just a Gnome Druid or a Goblin travel form to be. It's perfect. Imagine a Void Elf and a Glyph to color the spells of Voidy. Is High General Rakesh like in this thing? It might be. Hello? Hi. And that's a Sunburn. You could make the Gnome Druid forms huge just to be funny. It's like the mechs in I mean, gnomes pilot mechs. They just don't they just don't pilot animal mechs. I had a 485 DH join my 2 key. They did 170k DPS in overall. Holy moly. Can I have my transmog shelter, please? It's not even... I'm not going to say it's not cool. It just doesn't go with this set, I guess. But I don't think I'm going to wear it. It's only one Baldrin. Yes, overall, we were pulling big. Yeah, Demon Hunter's fun. Mooney2, thank you very much for the 55-month resub. Hope you've been doing well. Hi, Hazel and Squirrels. Hi, Mooney. Oh. Veteran Squirrel. Mooney's been around for a long time. Popped on to see. Have a nice day, Hazel. Have a nice day, Mischief Munchie. Oh, I think they're still talking. I think they're still chatting. I was afraid for a moment that I hadn't triggered something, but he's just, you know, living his life, feeling his feelings. Processing. There we go. Can you give me his extra armor? I guess he is at least wearing it. I was going to say Rakesh isn't even wearing the pauldron, but he is. He is. It's just, looks better on him. And then we're going back to Dalaran. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the character creation screen before I figure out if my gnome's gonna be a mage. I feel like, or my mage is gonna be a gnome. I feel like she is. All right. Thank you. And then we're not doing that. And yeah, so we did need to not. I don't think we needed to do the scenario, but maybe. I don't think so, but maybe I'll tell myself that I just to make myself feel better. But we do need to put Light's Heart back in the order hall, so let's take that back in. I did get transmog out of it, that's true. and that's going to unlock a color variant for the artifact appearance. That's funny. I didn't know that. That's still to unlock a new artifact. We don't need that. We might need to talk to Khadgar. What do you want? Recover Tears of Elune from Vel'Shorah. Oh, no, hang on. There's a new thing. There's a new thing. What do you want? Meeting in the Silver Hand. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Speak to... Perfect. I just want to get it to a point where there's another wait an hour for a mission completion section. You know what would be amazing? Do you remember mood rings? I do. I feel like my mood rings always said I was sad because my hands were cold. Like, I never had, like, the body heat to warm it up to make it change color. So it was, like, always the same color. Imagine if you had a wig like that. Oh, man. You could do some, if you had, like, a wig of, like, a really flat color, like the green wig, and you had really good real-time keying, you could do all kinds of fun things to, you could do all kinds of fun things digitally to the wig color. Sachet left. Still support the green screen wig. Maybe we need to set a huge, like, a big sub goal for that one. I haven't messed around with chroma keying in a long time. I threw the towel in on that years and years ago. What's the plan today? Working on Legion class order hall mounts. Speak to outside. Gotcha. You could have chat integration. They could vote on hair color. What if, with the green screen wig, you could redeem channel points to change the wig color? And it would be like that scene in Sleeping Beauty where the fairies are changing the dress color. Make it pink. Make it blue. You could, that we finally have a use for channel points. Have the color change based on volume. Wig of every gnome hairstyle option. My favorite scene. I've watched that movie again somewhat recently, and I love it just as much as I ever did. It's such a classic. Those fairies were so messy. I love when they were, I love the baking the cake scene. Some things you just saw when you were a kid, and they just stick with you, and they look delicious. Like, even though the cake was, like, not very pretty, I still wanted to eat it when I was a kid. The one that was, like, falling over because it had all those layers, and they were all, like, sliding. Look, I'm using channel points. Free the channel points. I think it's my favorite Disney movie as an adult. Meeting of the Silver Hand. Listen to the leaders. Yeah. You guys have a chit chat. It's not so sad. I cry through the whole thing. The Disney movie that makes me cry the most every time without fail is Encanto. I love it to pieces. Even, like, it's new, so I don't have, like, that childhood nostalgia for it, but I don't care. I sob every single time. And then, like, sometimes I cry at other, like, there's the obvious super sad part that you cry at, but there's, like, other parts where I'm just like, I understand you're under a lot of pressure from your family, and you're like, it all feels very real. Wonder if I can get to 1 million channel points this year. Still say lines from that baking scene in my head when I cook. I love Encanto. My son used to watch it on repeat. For me, it's the beginning of Up. Also, the movie Coco. Louisa's song kills me. It's also like a total jam to put on in the kitchen when you're like, just, you know, cooking and also dancing. The Encanto soundtrack goes pretty hard. Tear up at the end of Finding Nemo. I might have to watch Coco again. I don't remember tears during Coco. Hi. Choose a strategy. Oh, I wonder if there's 4 missions because... And then we have to do each of them. Yeah. I also wonder if I'm ever going to need more... followers for any of this. Maybe we'll just get them as we go along. So I think we are now, because that's just more artifact weapons. I think we're at a standstill. I think this is as much as we can do in the Paladin campaign for the moment. Oh yeah, Order Hall is different from Paladin campaign, so I don't think I need to do this Tears of Elune thing. I'm hoping I don't. I think we're done with that. I definitely don't need to do Little Scales Daycare. Although, I think if I don't do that, that whelp is going to continue to bully me. Even though I've, like, finished the daycare and other characters. Need more champions! I really like Luca, too, actually. That was also very, very cute. Definitely cried during Toy Story 3. Lined up perfectly with me going to college. You cannot use class order hall mounts in all classes. You can only use them on the class that they are for. But they do count for your mount collection score. If you're trying to improve your mount collection on like Data for Azeroth or Simple Armory or what have you, they count as more mounts. It'll work. It wouldn't do you too much good for like a mount collection meta, because those only count like usable mounts. So I need to figure out now what? Basically, I need to figure out what other campaign am I going to work on. And I think it's going to be the Warlock one, because the Warlock campaign is the other one that has like a bunch of mount colors available and not just one. Because we have, well, maybe Druid would be super easy. I feel like I've done the Druid campaign already. I'm being torn in a lot of directions. I want to do a lot of different things at once here. Because we have some mounts done already. We have Priest done. I have Priest done, Hunter done, Rogue done now. That was yesterday. Priest, Hunter, Rogue, Monk, and DK. Those are all finished. I have all of those class mounts. Yeah, Druid doesn't have a mount, but it's the Archdruid's Lunar Wing form. Let me just go take a look at it. Let's just go have a little look-see. Also, I didn't do my thing today. I promised nobody in particular that I would do at least a little bit of solo shuffle every day on stream. So I could probably queue for like a little bit of solo shuffle. I know it's not the most exciting thing to watch, but we're the Moon Beast. We're chipping away at the Moon Beast. Yeah. I monked her helmet back on because it solved my hair color not matching for me problem. Real quick. Yeah. We need to lose. I don't want the rating to go up yet. We're only at 6%. I don't have any gear. Keep at it. Good momentum. We could go 0-6 and that would be all right. We just want to try. Have a look see for the day. Kitty cat, you gonna come up here? You wanna come see me? Meow. It's like a magic power. You can summon a cat. Shaman's a pretty good mount. Hope Blizzard will bring back that awesome Pigamus to Trading Post. Favorite, least favorite mount, or least favorite campaign? I mean, the one I was most familiar with was Priest, because that's what I made during Legion. I think my favorite class order hall mount is the Rogue one. I love the Rogue Ravens. I think those are so cool. Yeah, so if we look at the Broken Shore. Cathedral of the Eternal Night, defending the Broken Isles. Spiders. The Dream Grove? Can I click into the Dream Grove? I can. Yeah, I feel like I did her campaign. I feel like I must have done. Because this is the character I've had forever. I'm pretty sure it's the same one I played during Legion. Yeah, Mage has a disc mount. A flying disc. I think it's pretty cool. I did some of the Mage campaign because there was a pet that was available, but I must not have done enough to get the mount because I'm pretty sure I'm missing it. Could check for the title. The title wouldn't be account-wide. Because I do have the Archdruid title, but I don't know for sure that I didn't do it on a different druid. I've had a few druids over the years. Yeah, the shaman has like a tornado one, like a storm. Hi. How did you get to be so cute? You're such a small baby compared to my big baby. I have a big baby, and then I have a little bitty kitty. Itsy bitty kitty cat. I don't know if she knows that I'm wearing a wig. I'm sure she can hear it. Title is not account wide, so if you have it, then you did the campaign on that one. Okay. You surf on the Shaman Tornado. Oh, we're in. Oh, I like this arena. This one's pretty straightforward. Let's just do our best. Am I still spec'd into? I am still spec'd into Heart of the Wild. I'm pretty sure the last like 2 or 3 days I've been playing, I've had Heart of the Wild the entire time. I don't think I've pressed it once. I don't even have like a button that I would rather put it on. All of these buttons are spoken for. I use these ones. Yeah, it was on Druid. Druid's the only thing that I've seriously PvP'd on. I did like some really low rated 2s and 3s on Hunter in Cataclysm, but for the most part I only PvP on Rusted Druid. Oh, you know what? None of these DPS are pet classes. Yes, not a single DPS in here is like a Demon Hunter or a Warlock or a Hunter. No, sorry, not a Demon Hunter. A DK or a Warlock or a Hunter. Which means that my targeting keybind is going to, for once in my life, feel reasonable. It's not going to just cycle to target their pet. Blonde Shamdi's pretty cool. I'm just going to play really conservatively. I'm going to stay right back here.
Bam!
Thanks.
Oh, I'm going to trinket and get it. I'm going to trinket and get blinded. Don't mind me.
Ascendance.
Bam. Kitty cat.
Ascendance.
Bam!
Evasion.
Bam!
Thanks.
Bam!
Yeah, I was reading that our druid's like an S-class healer. Oops.
Bam!
That they're A tier, S tier. I don't know. They're good. There was one other healer in the same ranking, but they are strong right now. Hi, Hazel. Floyd here now. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? I miss the Zereth Mortis aesthetic. I thought it was a beautiful patch. I liked a lot of things about that patch, actually. I really enjoyed Protoform Synthesis. I liked our little robot friend. It's crazy to me that I'm forgetting his name right now, but I enjoyed their presence a lot. I liked making the smash puzzles that I didn't want to do. Poke a poke! Yeah, poke a poke good.
Bam!
Avatar.
Bam!
Ascendance. Ascendance. Thanks.
Bam!
That's a lot of damage. The BAM sound is a WeCore that's telling me that my life bloom has fallen off of myself. That's for the second life bloom expiring. World Quest Nazar Spaniday. Play catch with otters. Aw. I have 2 set now, which is kind of nice. I need another half a spark. I need my second spark half so I can make my second embellish. And then next week I should have, if I get lucky in my vault, I should be able to get a pretty easy 4-piece. I think I can grind it out anyways, even without the vault, but like it'll be nice to get that on board. So I didn't check the damage to see who's doing all of that damage, but I don't know.
The Hunt. Thanks.
Everything's fine.
Metamorphosis.
Can't win them all.
Bam!
Ascendance. Metamorphosis.
Bam!
Oh yeah, I have tree form. I forgot about that. I completely forgot that we had tree form. We're gonna lose the rogue anyway. Some things you can't heal through. Yep. Flintstones flashbacks. Bam, bam, bam. I think I've just gotten above my MMR. I think that we had a couple of lucky wins yesterday, and we're batting above our gear and experience level right now. Or not experience, but rustiness level. We gotta lose a few to drop us back down where we belong. PvP. I'm trying to do at least a little bit of solo shuffle every day to chip away at the Vicious Moon Beast, so that when the season ending announcement comes in eventually, I'm not going to be like starting from scratch. Would be good. But I do want to do Legion class order hall stuff today.
Bam!
Metamorphosis. The Hunt.
On me? Oh, you shouldn't have. Have you done any Mythic Plus with an Og Evoker? Always wondered how it worked in smaller groups or if they were desired. Yeah, one of my guildies has played Og this season, so especially when we were pushing 20s, we did a bunch of keys with them in the group. And it's quite good. It's really good. I'm sure it's better with certain comps than others, but it always seemed to be punching well above its grade when you take into account the damage that they're contributing via other people. But I have not played it myself.
Metamorphosis. The Hunt.
Bam!
Ascendance. Metamorphosis.
That is real. I'm gonna bark the rogue because I'm just nervous for them. Alright, I'm nervous for everybody.
Ascendance.
Oh yeah, I have tree form.
Bam.
Avatar. Ascendance.
Bam.
I am a little low on mana, but
The
we haven't gotten to a point in the season yet where the games have lasted long enough for it to be like a thing.
Bam.
Can we peel? Nope. Thessral, thank you very much for the 40-month reset. Appreciate it. Tried dog for the first time this season. Absolutely loving it. Coming from an enhancement shaman. Yeah, Og seemed like a... I was thinking that Og seems like a great thing to play if you want something... Oh, I can't say this. I haven't played it. I can't make any judgments about Og. Electo, thank you very much for the brandy set. Appreciate it. Og seems like a really user-friendly way to provide a lot of contribution towards the group if you're not too worried about whether or not it's showing as under your name with, like, basic tools.
Bam.
Avatar. Ascend.
Bam.
Golem is not an awful choice because I don't really have the gear. I've also never been very good at getting trained.
Ice.
Bam.
There we go. How did we still get rating for that? We only went 2 and 4. I didn't even get you don't even get like vicious map progress for that, but apparently still rating's busted, man. Okay. Well, we got a hazard payout. Get some free Drake's crests. Got a couple of honor medals. A little bit of free conquest too. I don't think I'm gonna keep queuing and try for a win. I think I'm just gonna leave it be for the moment. We have a fully capped out vault, so next week on Tuesday I should be able to choose a nice piece. I wanted to... Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna go to Legion. I was gonna go to the class order hall, and I was gonna poke around and see if there's anything easy I can do now that they've changed the requirements to get that... I know it's not a mount, but to get the lunar wing form. Broken Shore first. But it didn't show anything on the map that looked important. It showed other stuff. So I just... There's Balance, Guardian, Feral, Titanic Innovation. do you get to the... Did they have a port? They had a port, didn't they? They had a dream walk to the Dream Grove. Right? I feel like... Let me see this. Because we can just port and then port right back. What is my current achievement score? 31,720. Videos have helped me literally for so many years. Wanted to say thank you so much. You're welcome. Glad they helped. I'm glad they worked for you. Ignore. I think I need to update my add-ons. Omnibard's giving me some problems. Curse Forge. Let's take a little look at it. Yeah, I don't think we need to do the Broken Shore campaign. I think... What is this? What do you want? If I look at my mission table, if I remember where it was, I feel like... I thought it was on this side. Maybe it was down the middle. No, not there. Apple Twig, thank you very much for the brandy sub. Appreciate it. Is that in the tree? It must be in the tree. Jesse, I appreciate the help. Bear in mind that there is quite a bit of stream delay, and it's a varying amount of it as well, so any contextual directions aren't going to do a whole lot of good. Why am I unable to find this quest, actually? It looks like it should be in the tree. Can't possibly be in the top of the tree. I thought I did have trivial. Oh, maybe I didn't have trivial quests on. Here, there we go. That'll help. Does that do it? Trees, man, such troublemaker. Ah, see, I wouldn't have expected this to be a quest giver. Hello. I feel like this isn't it. I'll pick it up, but I don't think that's the one. Maybe that one. Power Within? I thought that wasn't it either. Oh, maybe though. Rensar, Greathoof, and an image of Calicos. So you... Yeah, no, that's not the one. But this. I mean, I could. I could do the Emerald Nightmare. Is that what they want me to do? Order Hall Druid campaign. No, Druid campaign says do Emerald Nightmare, yeah. House chores done, food eaten, watching Hazel. It's a good Sunday. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that one looks the most promising. I suppose we could just go, like, crank through it. We could do it even on, Emerald Nightmare. Do they just want us to kill at Xavius? They do. So we could actually just go to Dalaran. And there should be a port there, right? Does this take you to Dalaran? It does. We could just queue for the LFR wing. That'll work. I'm hoping that we're not far from the end of the druid thing, because I was just so encouraged by how easy the rogue one was. Like, when I went to do this on rogue, I basically just logged into the order hall and went, oh hey, there's a quest here. If we do this, then we get the mounts. And then we just like got all the mounts. It was incredibly easy. So I'm hoping that some of the other ones are just as easy. Grant me a vision of the Rift of Aln. That's the one. Good morning. This wig is everything. Why, thank you. Well, at least with LFR we can skip straight to Xavius. Hello. Any trash mobs? I have a feeling not all class quest lines are made equally. I'm just lucky that I have a couple of characters that I played back in Legion that are still on this on this account. Yeah, sometimes it's tough to figure out where he left off. If anything, it's a little tiny bit easier on Anthus because he didn't do any of it, so it's all from scratch, even if it means that he's got more like mission steps that he has to get through. But now that I'm motivated to do it, I'm gonna get them all. I shall not rest until I have every single Legion class order hall mount. Well, I guess I'll rest. I'll like sleep and take naps and stuff, but you know what I mean. We're doing them. And I'm including this one. I know it's not technically a mount, but I don't have it and I want it. Go to the quest line. They have a script you can copy paste to see if you did the quest. That's a good idea. I bet you BTW quest would come in handy for this too. There's probably a good argument to be made for that, for figuring out where you've left off in the Legion class campaign. I had it installed for a while. I have never in my life played RuneScape. BTW quest, great for this. It's a pretty flight form. I always thought it was a bit silly looking, and I think that's... Well, actually, I don't know why I didn't get it back in the day. I must not have thought it was very important. Maybe I just decided that I didn't want it, and then I stuck to that for like a comically long time. Trader, thank you for the 5-month resub. Still have to get the Rogue Order Hall mounts, the last ones I need. One NPC to kill. So Orgrimmar keep getting killed by the guards in the auction house. I had the same problem. What I ended up doing was just evasion and a lot of AoE, and then I just died after I killed the guard. The guard doesn't have a whole lot of health, so if you're at level 70, you should be able to... Oh, I got transmog! I learned some repulsive leathery pants! Well, you can't see under my robe, but that's okay. That's funny. And we can drop back out. What would you do if Blizzard sent you a legal letter and asked you to stop streaming WoW in all Blizzard games? Would it impact you? Yeah. It would. This is my job, so I would have to find a different thing to do. That would be a big and strange day. Although if it was just me, I might be able to make a new job just out of making videos about how strange and odd that is. Gone for 3 seconds or 9 months and your hair's long again? What is this? Sorcery. We're fancy. Or magic. We are having fun with wigs is what we're doing. Let's take her back. And then I need to take a short break too. It's around 10:20. It's about that time. Do we have a Dreamwalk? Is Dreamwalk have a cooldown, or is it just like really overpowered and you can just do it anytime you want? It's a 1 minute cooldown. Ha ha ha. You could stream other games like Deus Ex. What is strange? I mean, not that it's not a good game, but like what is of all the games you could have said, Deus Ex. Dreamwalk has no CD. Dreamwalk has a 1 minute CD, although it does seem to reset. It says 1 minute, but then it seems like it's over. The RuneScape Sailor Shanty, pretty iconic. Never played it, but I know that song. The wig is not rented, and it's an investment, but they're synthetic wigs. They're not they're not human hair. They're not like hundreds of dollars each. Do people rent wigs? Is that a thing? I don't. The only thing I rent is my apartment. And that's only because I can't afford to buy one. I'm trying. Okay, well, now what would they like me to do? We'll find out in a minute. I'll be right back. Sorry, Kitty, my hands are cold. There we go. That's why druids are broken from Mogs. You can instantly dreamwalk in and out of dungeons. Can Death Knights do that too with their because I feel like the Death Knight portal can also like do the same thing where they like put you back. I was kind of hoping that there would be like some RP or something that would be finished by the time I got out of here, and that there would be like a next step that's super good. Maybe now I can do the Broken Shore part. Cathedral, defending, spiders, no. Found memento. They do have a CD. Oh, okay. I want to know how come it says it's a 1 minute CD if it's not, if it doesn't trigger. 1 minute on Deathgate? Okay, well, what about Dalaran? No. No. Those ones aren't it. I might need to get BTW Quest just to help with this. What is this for? Awakenings. I mean, I guess that could be it. If it's just like right over here. No, Awakenings is way down there. It also doesn't say it's for the Druid campaign. It says Order Hall, which is different. Here, let's just install BTW Quest and we'll take a little look and see if it helps. Do I have it on, actually? Do I still have it? BT... Oh yeah, it's installed still. We just gotta turn it back on. Dragonflight. I might need to get a Legion mod for it. Let me see. BTW Quests Legion. Install. And then maybe a nice little reload. My puppy's so tired. He's so sleepy. He romped so hard last night. He like skipped a whole nap and now he's just done. So, but that one's not it, I don't think. But let's find it. There's a chat command to launch it, I thought. Home teleportation. Minimap. Okay. So we want to go Legion. Druid. This is Breaching the Tomb. I thought they took Breaching the Tomb out, though. I thought they made it so you didn't have to do that. What a strange... Is it because she's halfway done? It might be because she started it but didn't finish it, that it didn't, like, negate the requirement for it. Broken Shore campaign until you get the last champion. Because I didn't do any of that on Rogue. They, as far as I understand, they took the whole Breaching the Tomb requirement out, but I wonder if it's broken because I did half of it. Because if she's Champions of Legionfall, Assault on the Broken Shore, up to Vengeance Point, yeah. Yeah, defend. Yeah, so let's. I guess we can go to the Broken Shore. I was really hoping this was going to be like a super easy, like a gimme one, basically. How to get all the champions after they nerf the requirements. But then, what happened to my rogue then? Started Breaching the Tomb, they made the achievement account wide, but I didn't have it on my priest. I don't know, this is very weird. Let's head back out there then. My rogue had all the champions unlocked? Weird. I must have done it then. I just don't remember. I guess that's not too surprising. So with that in mind then. do you get? I'm on this quest line. You must complete your class's Order Hall campaign to pick up this quest. Do I not have Legion, Druid, Archdruid campaign? Because I did the Archdruid campaign. I didn't level to 103. I can't do that anymore. Order Hall. No, we don't need to do that. That's for something else. I don't think. Anyway. Hi. Defending the Broken Isles. Defeat a Legion Assault. Champions of Legion Assault. Oh, okay. I don't think we need to do the Legion Assault. Which is good because I don't really remember the details. But I think we can go back now and get our Legionfall champion. Is this an in-game tool? It's an add-on called BTW Quests. How have you been? Any fishing ponds left in Canada, or have you found a new hobby? I haven't been fishing very much since I adopted a puppy dog. I adopted a puppy, and that's been keeping me very busy. I wouldn't say that my dog is a hobby, but I would say that he has occupied a lot of the time that I used to put towards other things. Right now it's all about moose and then bread machine baking right now. All right, I think we're back on track. I think we're saving it. Dream away to meet Thistling, the Shrine of Aviana at Mount Hyjal. Can I just like go back through the port at the top of the hill to get back into the Dreamway? Probably, but I've forgotten where it is. Oh well. When in doubt, press button again. Puppy dog? Any chance we could see the very good boy slash girl? His name is Moose. He's, there's a couple of pictures of him as a baby on my Instagram. And then I think I posted a couple of Instagram stories of him, again, as a baby on my highlight. But I don't think I have a lot of... And then there's a video, actually, of him when he visited the stream. There's a video of that made it to YouTube, I think. There should be a YouTube video. Let me see if I can find it. YouTube, mine, videos, not my Streambots channel, my regular channel. Because how long ago was that? Not that long, right? And then I posted a couple of videos of him for the YouTube members. Yeah, Moose's stream debut, that's right. So this is from October, so it's a couple months old. We're gonna copy the link. There he is. That's Moosey. Or at least that's Moosey as he was in October. He is the same now, except bigger. Wait, no! That's not what I meant to do! Oh. Curse you, multitasking. Okay, we can turn around. Is there a food that you love that a lot of people don't like? Maybe? What, I don't know what other people don't like, though. What do I love that other people don't like? I mean, I love blue cheese. Not everybody likes blue cheese, but I think lots of people like blue cheese. Lots of people have good taste. Because I feel like most of my tastes are pretty generic. I am not special. My love of bread is not unique. For me, it would be Brussels sprouts. I like Brussels sprouts too, but I think that's just because people that I know in my life that have prepared them for me are like really good. Blue cheese is a love/hate taste in my experience. I think that it depends on the context too. Like if my first experience with blue cheese was just eating like a gigantic chunk of it, I probably would have been appalled. But, you know, in the right amounts and the right context. Grapefruit tastes awful and I like it. What do you mean grapefruit tastes awful? What do you mean? Blue cheese and reindeer pizza. I'm gonna need more explaining on the reindeer pizza. What do you mean? Moose is adorable, certified. Very good boy. 15 of 10. Thanks for the link. It's my baby. He is 8 months old now. He's got some big chompers. Kid you not, is a Finnish thing. I was blown away when I had it the first time. Oh, okay. I just didn't know if we meant like reindeer the animals or if it was one of those things where you get like Moose Tracks ice cream, but it's not like actual Moose Tracks because that's like not a thing. Like this wig looks like your old hair a little bit. I noticed that when I was shopping for wigs, I did tend to prioritize, or I was drawn towards wigs that looked like different things that I had, different ways that I used to have my hair. I had my hair around this length in my teenage and young adult years before I started dyeing it. I didn't have it, I didn't have it purple in the bottom, but the first color that I ever dyed it was purple. Back when it was still super long. Brussels sprouts, something I still don't trust. When I was a kid, they were bitter. In the last 30 years, they've been engineered to be less bitter. I tried one the other day and I didn't hate it and I don't know how to deal with it. If it makes you feel any better, I don't know. It's news to me if they've changed Brussels sprouts. But your palate changes as you grow. And bitter flavors become a lot more palatable when you're older for most people. And like super sweet flavors can sometimes become less palatable. That happened to me in a big kind of way. I had a huge sweet tooth as a kid and a young adult, and I can't handle nearly as much of it as now, but I really like super savory and bitter things even sometimes. Offering to Aviana place. I feel like this is just the regular Mount Hyjal quest. Maybe it's just reminding me of it. I used to level through Hyjal all the time. Hello. Hi, Sandy Cheeks. How you doing? I hope your weekend's going well. So we turn this in, I guess, upstairs, maybe? Assuming that I haven't just gotten sidetracked and I'm doing the Mount Hyjal campaign now. I wonder if they're making me do the Hyjal campaign just to... Because Thistly is like an NPC that's part of these quests as well. I might have just gotten really confused. Entelza, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. You just need to go back to the hall, I think. I think that too, but I just want to really make sure because last time it said I needed to go to the hall and there was nothing for me there. I'm going to go back inside. Thistly's by far the best follower of any class. But what about my girl Aelfalist? She has so many vowels in her name. Oh, no. We're good. We needed this. That's a class order hall thing. So now we're going to Moonglade. Surely I have a teleport to get there too. Or did they roll it into Dreamwalk? Is there a Moonglade port in the Dreamway? Because there used to be like a standalone Moonglade port. How hard of a commitment is it getting the Spell Tome mount? It's easier than it's ever been, if that makes you feel any better. Was it under balance? No. Is it under general? No. Replaced by Dreamwalk. Is there then a dream? Oh, there it is. It's just the name Moonglade was underneath the thing at the bottom. There we go. It's this way. We found it. We did it. Mage Tower cannot be outgeared anymore, so that stinks. My understanding is that the Dragonflight talents are more favorable for it because you can get access to more abilities that are useful to it in your talent tree than Shadowlands talents were. But mind you, I haven't done them myself. Meet Thistly Crow in Moonglade. Where? Is this one of those things where you're supposed to... You must go save Guldrun. Take Thistly with you. Was I supposed to take like a special port there? Because Moonglade looks fine. I don't know if I need her tenacity and bloodlust at this particular moment. Oh dear. Did the Warlock class mount months ago? Took about 3 days? Yeah. I should check on Anthus and see how long he has left on his, whatchamacallit? Mission table board thing. Maybe the rogue mounts were just that easy to, like, give me a taste for it. You know how they, like, reel you in by giving you an easy gimme early and then they make you work for the next ones? I know that's not how it works, but it feels like it. 10 more minutes on that one. 10 minutes. This. Wanted to branch out, make a Horde character? Anyone know any good Horde servers? Where would you go to find that kind of thing now? There used to be websites that would sort servers by population and by faction population, but I don't know if that works anymore. Where? Here, I'm gonna wowhead this. Navigating old Legion stuff after the fact is one of the more messy parts of the game, in my opinion. So if I check the comments, she doesn't appear on the map, but she's basically right outside the Storm Rage Barrow Den. Okay. Look on the map for the name. She's around there between the W and the D of Barrow Dens. Okay. Good to know. Thanks, Wowhead. The quest tree is from BTW Quests. It's an add-on. It is super useful. Yeah, there she is. Super useful for this kind of thing. Okay. Was there not a second quest? Yeah, there was. There we go. Any chance you could share where I could acquire some good hairs looking? Not sure where to look online. I am really new to these, so I don't know what qualifies as good. I'm Canadian, and I'm shopping from Canada. So this wig is from a Canadian shop called the Extension Room, the Extension Room CA. I've also got one, like the pink wig that I like a lot is from Amazon. Just like a fairly inexpensive one there. I would look around in wig forums and communities for your country and ask where people like to shop for them, because it probably varies. I've also, I'm going to try a couple from Lush Wigs UK, but I haven't got them yet. Just completing the campaign. I'm trying to get the mounts, or in this case, the Archdruid's Lunar Wing form. I have, like, varying amounts of stuff done from back in Legion, and I don't remember how much, which is making it kind of messy, but we're muddling our way through it. This is not a lace front wig. None of my wigs are lace front, because they all have bangs, so they don't need it. and it makes it faster and easier for me to just kind of put them on and not worry about trying to make the lace blend. Add-on shows a timer for accepting a PvP queue. DBM does that, I think. Been away from retail for a long time. I've got my warrior at level 70, but I'm so lost. It's hard to go wrong with Emerald Dream content. If it's sending you to the Emerald Dream, that all of that campaign is going to give you valuable currencies and upgrades. That's where I've been starting all my alts lately. Because there's a lot of different places they'll send you. Where's Goldrin at? Go. And then we're going back to the Dream Grove. A lot less travel time with this one. New patch is on Tuesday, so the 16th. Love this wig. It's so cool. Hi. Thank you. I feel very glamorous to be able to just kind of like put on long hair and wear it for a while and then take it off when I'm done. Wowtrack.gg. Thinking today was Monday. I figured I would give you the benefit of the doubt in case you were in like a super Eastern time zone. And then we're going back to the Broken Shore. Need to go back. Excited to take Gilneas back. I'm excited to see all of the different collectibles that we're going to get with the patch. Because I know there's mounts and pets and transmog from the new Azerothian Archives event. So I'm going to want to look into that when patch comes out next week. I'm going to want to see all of the... There's like Night Elf... Night Elfy weapons and stuff from Belemeth that I want. And then there must be something from the Retaking Gilneas thing, right? I feel like we got to do that at least once just to do it. There's got to be some kind of a cosmetic for it. Just +1 from you. US Mountain Zone. Finished an episode of The Wheel of Time. Loving it. Makes me want to read the books. Do you recommend them? I forgot how you feel about that series. I liked reading Wheel of Time a lot. It was a good read. It's a long read. It took me probably about a year to get through all of them because there's quite a few books. But I really liked them. I haven't watched the show, so I've heard that it's a bit different from the show. But I didn't watch the TV series. I like the books a lot though. They were finished by a different author than started them because Robert Jordan passed away before he could finish them, but Brandon Sanderson did a good job of wrapping them up. There's definitely a little bit of a tone shift. You can tell that the voice shifts a little bit, but it's the story at least gets finished, which is more than we can say for some fantasy series. Injured druids healed? Is this still important? No, yeah, druid campaign. Alright. Alright, that's fine. Kofgurm, looking at you. Game of Thrones. I can't sit here and judge Gurm for anything. But I really like those books. I would be excited if more were to come out. Wheel of Time books are huge. Got burned out trying to read the series. Yeah, I can see that. They got a little bit... There was definitely a period towards the middle to end that I felt was a bit slow, but I still kind of enjoyed it. I read books to fall asleep. So if they're exciting, then I'm excited because they're really engaging. And if they're boring, then I'm excited because they're relaxing and I'm falling asleep. There's no wrong answer. I tend to like books that have a lot of descriptive passages as well for that reason. Like, I find that they're really calming to fall asleep to. Make the nice little brain movies. Do you have your computer specs listed anywhere? I don't think so. I don't think I have a spec sheet for these ones anymore. The computer that I'm using right now was provided by a sponsor, like a previous sponsor, and I think I used to have a panel for them, but when our partnership ended, I took the materials down. It's got I mean, it's a bit, there's newer stuff out now, but it's got a 3080 in it. I have 64 gigs of fairly fast RAM. I use a lot of RAM when I'm editing. Not that I do it very often, but when I edit raid guides, the After Effects sequences, it helps a lot to have just lots of RAM to keep those things rendered as you're working on them. Well, there we go. But I haven't built or looked into a PC for a while because I've been spoiled that these ones just keep working for me. Anyone else sad about losing mounts to use if you decide to Dragon Ride in the old zones this week? Losing mounts to use if you decide to Dragon Ride. I guess so. I guess you could think of it that way. I'm just looking forward to the War Within pre-patch when we're able to Dragon Ride on more mounts. That's what I want. Okay, and then back to the Dream Grove. Middlebook Cinder very much a thing. Game of Thrones gets like that too. I love the A Song of Ice and Fire novels, but they get thick. they get a little bit meandering. They start to wander and you're like, George, where are we going? To what end are we following this character? And I'm not convinced that he knows. New patch is not live yet with this upcoming weekly reset. Any good? Unblemished Leaf of Shaladrosel. Oh, I can vendor for 50 gold. And then we get Thistly Crow, so we have our Legionfell champion. We're excited about that. Tell me I don't turn that back in. I turn that back into Broken Shore. All right. A lot of back and forth. Yeah, I'll just take the Dalaran. I'm not going to worry about trying to port back. At least there's a Dalaran portal here. If they made you fly through Velshire every time, that would be quite the thing. I had a friend skip all the brand chapters to speed it up. Oh. I had a teacup. I still have it, actually. And it's a stoneware teacup that has a dip glaze on it that's kind of like green and brown, but it has this one streak of red through the glaze on the inside of the cup. And every time I looked at that cup, I was reminded of like the bowl in the brand chapters with like the blood. And I always loved drinking out of that teacup because it just reminded me of that. I thought that was cool. Did you have to take a break from the Pally campaign? Yeah, I think we should be almost ready to go back to it. We had an hour of mission time that we were filling, so I was poking around on Druid. Looking forward to the end of the month book-wise. Sarah J. Maas finally came out with a new one. Oh. What are those books like? I had one of them on my wish list once, but I never actually got it. It was one of those things I was thinking about reading. So we did Champions of Legionfell now. Let's call. I need exactly 2,500 shards. Fewer would be inadequate and more would be absurd. That's not what he's looking for. So I wonder if I could now go back to the Dream Grove. And... maybe over here. Grove Warden Proudhorn. Hello. Yes. That's what we want. Now we go back to the Dream Grove. Don't normally farm Shaw of Anger, but the other day I just felt like killing him randomly and got the mount. Oh, nice! Speaking of tea, I would like a cup. BRB. I could use one just to warm up my hands, but I think I can stick it out. I think we can make it fantasy and love. Paladins are nice by sending an Uber, but druids give you teleportation. I got some fancy maple syrups as a Christmas gift that I'm excited to try. I just don't know trying them on what yet. I might need to make some kind of a salmon dish. One of them's a there's like a bourbon barrel-aged maple syrup. And it looks really tasty and really fancy, and it's all the way from New Brunswick. And I'm very excited. Take the port from the palace to Stormwind. Or we could just get to Stormwind. Right? No? I guess we can go to Stormwind this way. Have you ever played in RP servers? Yeah, in Cataclysm I used to play a lot on RP servers. Back when I like didn't have a group of friends to play with, if I was choosing a server for myself, I would pick RP servers. I played on Feathermoon for a long time. I even raided with a guild on Feathermoon during Cataclysm and Firelands, and then I had some Earth and Ring characters. And there might have even been one more that I had like a druid on just for fun. The teleport menu is from an add-on called Tome of Teleportation. It puts all of the teleports that are available to your character in one menu. It's nice. Depends on your personal taste. Lots of people enjoy this stuff. For every book, there's a reader, and for every reader, a book. I like that thought a lot. Did you know that Canada is the only country in the world that has its own maple syrup federal reserves? I think I've heard that somewhere, but I don't know what that means. I don't... In what context would that be deployed? You know what I mean? Stormwind. Help defend the Shrine of Aviana. Would that not be in Hyjal? It is in Hyjal. Why couldn't I just take the Dreamgrove port to Hyjal? I guess I'll take the Stormwind port to Hyjal. The auto nav is strange. They make strange choices with it. No Moonguard for you? I've definitely played on Moonguard before, but I don't think I've ever like had a long-term character on it. Crown Bourbon maple syrup. It's from... I think it's... I don't remember. I keep seeing people running around in the guild house hippos, and I laugh every time I see it. Fancy maple syrup that I got from Costco recently. Oh. Moonguard's my main server. Love seeing so many people just walking around talking to each other, especially in Stormwind. My main draw for playing in an RP server, I roleplayed once or twice I felt that I should. But mainly I liked making names for my characters that felt like in-universe names. And I liked having other people also have names that felt like in-universe names. I never had like a whole lot of immersion. But I just, I didn't find a lot of, like, the pun names very funny. So I liked playing on servers where most of the people that you would see would, you know, like, the elves would sound like they were elves and et cetera, et cetera. It wasn't just, you know, Pamela One Puncherson or whatever people name their, their Windwalker monks now. Where is Skylord Shadegrove? Is he indoors? Only use randomized names for all my characters. Full immersion. Like to think of each toon as their own little character personality. Was that a swing of my monk 2-punch? Nah. I just had a 1 punch on the brain. I hope I'm close to the Lunar Wing form. It feels... it's just been so long since it came out. I feel like I'm finally wrapping up a loose end. Named Pamela will always be Pamela Anderson. Baywatch popular back in the day. Pamela to me is Anderson number 1, and then Redpath would be number 2. She was the little girl NPC in the Plaguelands, and you get her doll, and also I think her father might be dead. Might have gotten killed by like a wolf or something like that. But I remember that quest line, 1, because the end of it had like this crazy, sometimes buggy sort of scenario thing where you're defending her little town from the Scourge or something. I don't know. I did that quest a few times, but also because once upon a time I contributed a few voice lines for my friend Hero's video. Hirima Redex, he did a video on the Pamela Redpath quest line, and he asked me to voice Pamela, and that's the only voice acting I've ever done in my entire life, and I will remember it fondly forevermore. Late but happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. Isn't she a ghost? Well, yeah, if you want to be like grim about it. Pamela Anderson, as I understand it, is alive and well. Quest bugged for me so bad I had to log in right after reset to be able to do it. I don't remember why I did it so many times. Shrine investigated. This one? Skylord Shadegrove. Skylord Shadegrove, how could it be? Tisk tisk. Pretty wig. Thank you, Natalie. We feel glamorous. And back to the Dream Grove. What do you mean I can't use that here? Everyone teleport out and regroup at the Dream Grove. Am I just in combat? Dragon riding customizations are shared to other characters. You get it on one character and you can use it on all of your alts. The customizations that you apply are not shared, so each alt can customize their own... Each alt can customize their own, because the portal in Nordersil's like way up there. Each alt can customize their own dragon separately, but they have access to all the same options. I think I should just, like, take a Hearthstone or something. And that would get me out of the instance, and then I could use my Dream Grove port. Because I can't mount, and there's no way I'm running all the way up to the tree in the top of the hill. That can't possibly be what they want me to do. I'm just taking a Hearthstone. Excited for the randomization option coming with Outland races. Oh, for the dragon riding, yeah. Because you can randomize your dragons now at a rostrum and save them. But it'll be cool to be able to actually use your customizations on those races. Cold fingers. I think we're close. I haven't kept up with PTR. Is there anything really cool that you get for doing the Outland Cup in particular? I skipped the most recent one because it was offering the same transmog, and I wasn't too worried about collecting the customizations, but there wasn't any new transmog. Defensive Aviana. In the Dream Grove. Way back here? I have not played RuneScape. You're not the first person to ask me that today, though. 5 a.m. already so hot? I wonder whereabouts that is. It was chilly here today. Aha! That's what we're after. Why does it say that I've collected it already? Because I'm pretty sure I have never collected that. Australia. Curious what you don't like about Classic? Whoever said I didn't like Classic? Where would you get that idea from? I played a lot of hardcore. We put a lot of hours into that one. I'm really excited for Self-Found. Retrieve the Idol of Aviana from... Oh, in Asuna. Okay. I'll just fly there. Twilight Highland races for a blast in advance. Didn't even care about the reward. It's a cosmetic option from the barber. Yeah, but you'd think I would know. Here's how we find out if we have it. Because it would be account wide, right? You'd be able to use it on any druid, not just the druid. It's just strange that Can I Mog It seems to think I have it. So what I'll do is I'll check. I think Barnacles is in a city. I can just take him to the... I would have seen it. There's no way that I have it already. There's no way. I'll check, but there's no way. I like guarantee you that I don't have it already. I think that's just got to be like a Can I Mog It add-on bug, or strangeness, you know, something weird. Because if I did all that and I already had this, that would be goofy. But I pretty recently went through the barbershop and went and picked out all options for him, so I would have seen it. So if I'm on a druid, I'm gonna go to the barbershop, I'm gonna go to the flight farm. We have Thistlehawk, Sentinel, Shimmering Arden Moth, Gloomstalker Dreadbat. It's not even showing as an option. Yeah, I definitely don't have it. That's just a weird thing with the add-on. Confirm. But we're about to get it. I'm sure that Anthus is, I'm sure that his, whatchamacallit, his quest, his mission's done by now, and I could probably go back and do that, but not gonna worry about it. We're so close. I want to be a flying chicken. Every now and then, I look at Legion Quest and I'm like, that's 47 gold that I could keep if I just rode the Mana Saber in the lay race. How come I haven't been doing this the whole time? Two-person form. Someone can ride on you in lunar form. What's your favorite two-seater mount? I like using the Stormwind Skychaser when I'm on an Alliance character because it's just so goofy. It's technically a passenger mount. And it's just enormous. The dragon. The Vial of the Sands dragon? The black kitty cat with wings? Don't think I've seen that one. Oh, you want to see the Skychaser? It was a BlizzCon reward from this is the Alliance version. BlizzCon 2017. It was the last year that I didn't go in person that year, but I bought the virtual ticket or whatever. So when you have a passenger, they sit in this chair that's right behind you at the top of it. Silliness. There's a Horde version too that's like a Zeppelin. Would lay down some serious tendies for those mounts. Have they ever made old BlizzCon collectibles available again? I feel like that's one of those band-aids they have not ripped off. Like, I feel like they haven't touched the BlizzCon reward specifically. Because I still don't have things like the Blizzard Bear or like a lot of the old BlizzCon stuff. If it's your mount, you should sit in the upper chair. That's the captain's chair. I hope they bring back the pajamas. I love that transmog set. Legion Camp Infiltrated. You betcha. They might after the TCG stuff is done. I feel like it would be okay to make them available after 5 or 6 years has passed since that con. I've gone past the active quest area. Maybe I should be, I mean, she says let's see what's going on discreetly. Oh, there she is. I thought that this was, I thought that was this late, but that's Brawl Bearmantle. He's just here too. They did a skin in Overwatch. Others could get afterwards, but nothing else has been available. Hello? Can I have that thing? It's like a galaxy egg. Oh, now it's Legiony. He made it Mountain Dew flavored. The one stream I can't watch. And then this. Looks good. Why, thank you. We, I set up the sub goal after all yesterday, and then it was crushed with gift subs that annoyingly enough didn't display in the sub goal, but next time I do one of those, if I set up sub goals for anything, I will use the Twitch version instead, because I feel like that must count gifted. It was strange that the gifted ones didn't count. You know, it's true. You can now hair flip again. I'm afraid to hair flip too violently because I don't want to mess it up too much. You can brush and restyle a wig, but it definitely takes some wear and tear every time you do it. But now I'm brainstorming other things I can set sub goals for. We finally bring out the moose emotes. Oh man. Pardon me. This is what it's gonna look like. Oh, I'm riding on somebody else's. It doesn't really look that much like a chicken after all, actually. It's more of an owl. Why must everything have antlers? I get the large eyebrows. Where do the antlers come from? New Twitch emotes, rainbow wig sub goal. Perhaps. Yeah, this quest is to get the passenger mount druid flight form. New emotes would be fun. We haven't had new emotes in a long time. I feel like I'm gonna not worry too much about trying to make the emotes that are like a hazel face match my hair, because especially now that I'm wearing different wigs, it's impossible to keep up with. I like that I have a green wig just so that one of the wigs that we wear matches my icon hair once again. We waited so long to update the icon that it came full circle back around and it matches again. Also, sub badges. I like our sub badges. I guess we could do more, but I just don't know what else I could do to them without... I mean, I guess I could make the acorn start hatching into an oak tree. But you have like a teeny tiny itty bitty little bit of space to work with. I have 3 wigs that are in rotation currently. I think now that I've unveiled this one, though, I might wear it a bit more. I like it. It's long. Back to the dream group with us. Will they let me... It's strange that they won't let you just use your Dreamgrove portal. At least Hearthstone's like a really short cooldown. We can just do that. The acorns hatch into the tree that some bird planted in that planter a while back. Make a squirrel with a wig emote. Ooh, fun. That would be super cute. I know we need moose emotes. They're important. Maybe one day on stream I'll have like some kind of a couch behind me. The way that Max does. You know how his dogs can like jump up on the couch behind him and you can like see them on the camera behind him? I want that one day. I think that's amazing. 1 year up, 1 year flop. Precisely. That would be a worthy sub goal to work towards. Oh, the couch? That would have to be a different room. I can't fit any big furniture in this one. Yeah, I might need to do a... I mean, this lens is quite wide too. It's just my It's cropped is the it's cropped to fit into a square is the idea right now. Like I could take this and I could, you know, we've got a pretty wide lens. It's just fitting it into. Oops, I broke it. Oh, I broke it. Here, if we cancel it, then there we go. What about a moose hammock? Oh. He would never get out again. This is such a strange place for her to sit in the Dream Grove. It's so far out of the way of everything else. Plushy couch could always become a moose couch. He wouldn't fit. That bench is not deep enough to fit him. He barely fits on my actual couch, which is like a normal sized couch. If he flips the wrong way, his butt falls off of it. He's a big boy. Oh yeah. Alright, this is a cutscene we'll put on. Oh, sorry, we were watching the cutscene. Ah, it's okay. Kitty cat sitting up. Kitty, did you want to see your people? What is this music? Why is it so, like, military? I feel like we're unveiling a new, I don't know, tank. How are you liking the form of the lunar wing owl? So, I'm assuming that you used to be able to turn it on with an NPC here, but that you would nowadays turn it on via the barbershop. Let's go to the $1 barbershop and see if we can put it on. The music was weird. It was Marshall. But Dalaran has a barbershop. What time is it? 20 after 11. I'll have to see where Anthus is at. Got in from work. Can I see your wig? Looks lovely. Voila. We are, we're long. It's purple at the ends. We're fancy. Music needs to be more mystical. Ooh, okay. Flight form. Lunar wing. There we go. Were there other colors of it, or is that the thing? Is that the one? Also, this transmog is... Oh, that's a pretty lamp. What if you became rich enough one day to just, like, take screenshots of, like, furniture in WoW, and then you bring it to a furniture manufacturer, and you're like, I need... I need stained glass, floral patterned, chandelier, or whatever on earth you would call that. It's not a flush mount light. One per race. Lunar wing color based on race. Oh, okay. Trolls get brown. We're gonna get white. One stone palace, please. Paladin's not done, but he should be ready to continue on now. We got stuck on a... Or not stuck, but we made it to a... Oh, Kitty, you leaving? We made it to a point where we needed to do another mission. Like to have a mailbox that looks like the ones in Stormwind. Ooh, that would be cool. They have a lot of really gorgeous mailbox icons. They could if they did a mailbox toy and then let you unlock skins for it for all of the different mailboxes. There was in Shadowlands, the Covenant mailboxes were gorgeous. Okay. And then now what? Along the old coast path in Faranar and Asuna. Okay. Well, I suppose that's fine. And then just making sure. Okay, we're good. So I could get to Asuna via... we'll just fly from Dalaran. There's an actual Asuna port directly in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, so it might actually be faster, but it's not like it's super far. Venthyr mailbox, I would use that. Tune stuck in an old raid. Boss has me stuck, unable to use abilities. Unstuck, unable to do anything. So yeah, logging out for a while should do it. That should eventually, if you're in an instance, port you to your Hearthstone location. Failing that, I think there's like an unstuck option. Isn't there somewhere in the help? I thought there was like a cooldown on like a character unstuck. Not undelete. Character stuck, disconnect on logging in. No. They might have, I don't know if they still have that tool. They used to. They removed that? Mm. Okay. I turned the heat on in the office, but it's still chilly in here. I need a streamer blanket. Have to go to the website, not the in-game help. Okay. So now that I have BTW Quest, I wonder if I can see how far along in the campaign I am. Maybe we can get some spoilers. Let me see if we can turn on that add-on for Anthus. It is on. No, not that. Not that. I don't need a weak res button. There we go. I definitely don't need a rarity button. Because it's the laggiest thing ever to click on. This one. There we go. So I wanted to look at Legion. Paladin. High Lord campaign. So we do have to do this. So we're in the middle on Faranar. Okay, so we've got a ways further to go. That add-on is called BTW Quests. May I recommend an add-on? Sure. What's up? Have you started doing your Shadowlands ones in the regular again? No, I only have one character that could do it. I guess I could probably log back in on her and check it out. Udis are actually one of the best things to ever exist. Love how Rarity runs smooth in your PC. Mine gets very laggy whenever I open it. Yeah, I mean, the minimap button is a bit of a hazard. I feel like that'll lag anybody out. When you get your Palamounts, you can buy something to use it in Divine Charge. Oh, cool. Completing all the Legion class halls gives you a feat of strength, too. Okay. Well, I thought I was farther along than I am, but we're making some progress. Oops. Next week we'll be able to dragon ride in all of these zones, which will make it a tiny bit faster. Not that we have like that much travel time. It was mostly the last quest line of the Rogue class order hall where you had to do all the assassinations. That had a lot of travel time. They didn't give me any ports for that at all. Use the red and blue charger, paired it with a Blackrock Foundry tier set. Oh. I wonder if I was going to set Anthus up to play in Dragonflight, like in Endgame, would I set him up as a prop paladin? Would I play red? I don't have any characters that are just melee DPS for the sake of being melee DPS. There must be like an easy version of the ret paladin spec that you could use just to like play. Hiding bar, hide all the minimap buttons off to the screen. Oh, okay. I have one that is minimap button bag, but apparently it's not using all the buttons. Don't go holy, it's wrecked at the moment. Ret's pretty simple. I like the AoE passive Crusader Strike Ret build. I mostly would just want something to do on him for like a week or two. Just to... Well, let me see. Is this tier set bonus cool looking? Would it be fun to collect that? A Mirdrasil. Let me see. He looks like a chess piece. I guess the shoulders are sort of cool. They're a bit strange. They've got just like a very pokey little dagger sword on either side. I think it's the helmet that's giving me chess piece vibes because of the crown situation. So that's very silly. Huh. Do we like the other colors better? Oh, he could be blue. Green. Okay, the mythic one's kind of cool. What about... Oh, the Dreamer stuff is cool, though. I have a little bit of the plate stuff done, but not too much. I guess whatever I got on my DK. Veteran Tears Blue, I think that looks the best. I like this helmet, actually, with the, like, the wolf-looking face. The PvP set color. So that would be Verdant Dragon, this stuff. And then the red one for the Elite set. Go. Really love the current Pally tier, but it gets a lot of hate. White one looks neat. It's not like it's just a bit, it just struck me as a bit odd. I don't think it looks bad. It just wasn't what I expected, I suppose. But then again, I've been really spoiled. I main a Priest. Priest gets the most gorgeous tier sets every single time. And I love them all. They're all perfect. You coming back up, kitty cat? Locks get great tier too. Okay. A Season 2 preset was how I imagined a Paladin would look like. Must be a clothy thing. Hard time choosing between Pally and Priest for a new maid. Like my Mythic DH and Mirrorcell tier set. I noticed when my friends were talking about which set bonuses and which set appearances were winning for the Season 4 tier set polls, there was a lot of the Season 3 ones were winning or were like very close with Season 2. And I was wondering if that's like a recency bias or if they just like made, with a couple of exceptions, if they just made like really good, generally like well-liked set bonuses in the more recent seasons compared to Season 1. There are a few examples, but there aren't that many examples where Season 1 is like performing strongly in the polls. I know the look of it, because it was so Primalist themed, doesn't seem as class themed, which I think is like a strike against it for a lot of people. Guardian Druid Season 2 is winning with 87% of the vote. Holy moly. Do you think they'll do recolors? I hope they'll do recolors. I don't know, actually. It's a good question. I'm hoping it's not just the exact same thing that we already have. Yeah, it would feel weird to have it twice in a row. But I feel like it must be at a certain point hard to scrape for new colors that look good. I suppose there's lots of colors available, but they've already done 6, right? For 7? LFR, normal, heroic, mythic, PvP, and then PvP elite. You would need to do another 7 colors if you were going to recolor the set. What I want to know is, at the end of it, do they want me to go back? When they say go to Orgrimmar, do they mean Orgrimmar, or do they want me to turn it into the Sanctum of Light? Yeah, come, let us return to Light's Hope Chapel. Okay. So I can just take this Hearthstone back to the Sanctum. Who doesn't want 14 colors of the same tier? But 14 colors of the crowd-voted coolest looking tier of Dragonflight, yeah. Cave reminds me of Agatha and the Mage Tower. She wasn't so bad, right? Curious about the Faded Mount reward? Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard to live up to Jigglesworth Senior. I feel the same way. Yeah, we're going right back here. Perfect. Complete the first order campaign effort. Oh, you get lots of resources for all this. That's good. And then we get him as a champion. We don't want to do that. We get her as a champion. And then they teach us how to recruit like the little mission dudes. Do the Jigglesworth look, but on a dragon. Bring a caterpillar mount. What, a little tiny caterpillar on top of the wandering agent's not enough for you? It's not enough for me either. I want like an enormous caterpillar mount. I want it to look like the Hungry Hungry Caterpillar from the children's book. I want it to be like green with segments and little like red hairy bits. I feel like I was supposed to recruit knights and then I didn't do it. I'd prefer a duck mount finally. I want my duck mount, please. Where is it? A duck mount would actually make a great faded mount. Fire Noth mount skin to match your sibling drops. Oh, that would be cool. New dragon riding mount looks like a tree with change in seasons like the ancient. That would also be cool, but I don't have my hopes up for that. Mr. Ducksworth. Perfect. Going over this way? Salt in the Violet Hole. Is that part of my class campaign? Yeah, sure is. Alright. Violet Hole time, I suppose. Maybe I'll get some transmog. Any difficulty, we saying? Oh, if I do this quest, I can get 80 gold. That's 80 gold I get to keep. Bakar mats were data mined in 07, but they didn't release them. Hopefully we'll get them in the next season. How's Puppers? Pupper's good. He's real good. He's a big smooshy ball of love right now. He's at kind of a fun age where he's a little... I mean, I think he might just be a dog with his own opinions. He might be a little stubborn, but he's like 8 months old now, so he's in full teenager swing of things. This morning, he saw somebody that he thought was his dad, because I took him for the walk on my own, but sometimes the other one will like catch up and then we'll finish the walk together. And it wasn't. It was some other person, but Moose parked his butt and like would not move despite the fact that this person was just like standing on their phone like 2 blocks away. It was quite the process to try to get him around, down the street and around the corner, because he was convinced that he knew that person and that he needed to wait for them or like go see them. He was starting to get his woofer fired up. Found a random food generator to figure out a lunch idea, and it gave me... You found a random food generator to figure out a lunch idea, and it gave you gelatine. Like Jello? Excuse me? What? Think it's broken. It's been soup weather here. All you want to eat is just hot food and then take lots of naps. I feel like I'm 2 steps away from just hibernating. Sleepy. Didn't expect to be Googling random food generator today, yet here we are. I did like an actual meal plan recently, and I was all proud of myself. I like looked at my groceries and I figured out what I could make, and I made a big list and I put it on the whiteboard with check marks, and I don't think I've made any of it. I don't think I've looked at the whiteboard. I was going to do a pizza, but the problem with pizza is that I do the dough in the bread machine, and I've been making so much bread machine bread that the bread machine's been occupied every day. Ooh, maybe when I get a sourdough starter going, I'm going to make sourdough pizza. That would be good. I also have like a bunch of broccoli. I probably should make like a stir fry or something before that goes off. It's too expensive to be buying it and not eating it. I need sourdough pizza now. Pizza crust is a very important part of the pizza experience to me. I don't dislike eating flat crust pizza, but I'm usually or thin crust pizza, but I'm disappointed by what could have been because, you know, it could have been so much more. Any luck? Festerface apparently could have dropped a chess piece for me, but he chose not to do so. How rude. Just put the toppings in a bowl if you're gonna thin crust, right? Input what you have at home, it'll generate recipes based off what you have. That sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like a lot of work to input everything that you've got. If you had like 4 things in your fridge, then sure. I don't know. My pantry is a repository of, you know, abandoned hopes and dreams and canned goods. Hopes and dreams in the forms of canned goods. Mino Bard, thank you very much for the 5-month resub. Appreciate it. And Patikins with another 5-month resub. Thanks, guys. They match. Sometimes I do sushi toppings, but like in a bowl with just the nori sliced up if I can't be bothered to actually roll up sushi rolls. And that's usually pretty good, but it's not what you want to eat when it's like 10 below outside. Curious as to what percentage of streamers in general make enough to live on, covering bills and food. It's probably not a super high percent because there's lots and lots of people that will stream a couple of times or casually that would still count as streamers but wouldn't have like the full-time income. And then it's also a question of if you're only counting income from stream or if you're also counting, like, if I only had my income from Twitch, I could probably eat or pay rent, but not both. But because there's also YouTube, and then some other things like YouTube members and like Amazon affiliate income from like the Amazon link store. All kind of comes together. Love sushi bowls. My pantry is often a journey through time. What kind of things in jars and cans did they have in 2019? My most recent dream that I had that I need to eat before it becomes, 5 years old.
Killads.
Is it nuts that 2019 was 5 years ago now? Ooh. My latest dream is I picked up a box that was like a spice mix for aloo gobi, and it promised me that if I just have an onion and a cauliflower and like some tomatoes, that I can make this happen. And I'm trusting them, but I need to actually do it sometime. I got the cauliflower, so I just gotta get myself together to like make a bowl of rice and do that. Don't forget your side hustle in Bitcoin. Between cleaning my kitchen and talking about sushi, I'm now officially hungry. Plans for multi-streaming? No, not right now. I could change my mind one day, but I think it would degrade the viewer experience on both platforms. It would be confusing trying to follow along with chat when there's multiple chat rooms that can't see each other. But you never know. Beginner rep paladin? Oh, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I'm just collecting mounts. I usually start with the Wowhead class guides, but you can also check every class has like a big Discord. If you Google the Paladin Discord, they may have some resources pinned and some theory crafters that they prefer to recommend for those sorts of things. But I don't know off the top of my head. Love a California roll bowl. I can tell it's almost lunchtime because I'm getting hungry. Starting to think about food. Definitely need to make a fresh loaf of bread. But yeah, the Wowhead class guides have been quite good, and they're well organized. I like that they make it pretty easy to navigate around and be like, okay, well, what stats do I want, or like, what's the list of enchants that I'm looking for, or like, just give me a talent build, and they can do that. I've never been very good at navigating Discord as like a resource. I know that Discords are great resources, but I've just never gotten the hang of it. I understand that they'll have like pins in different sections, and I can like crawl my way through Discord enough to find like a pinned link to a Google Doc or something. But just the nature of like the scrolling chat feed of it makes it a strange medium for guides in my... Like, it makes more sense if you're, oh, I finally got a Rugged Marauder cape. I've been looking for that mog for ages. I occasionally do Violet Hold just for transmog. And it was weird to me that there was a cloak mog that I didn't have, because it's one of the things that you can actually use on multiple characters. I moderate an 8,000 person Discord server for Call of Duty. Hardcore S&D mostly. Oh. There's an artisan baker that does sourdough pizza only on Sundays near me. So much better than gelatine. Walk number 2 soon. Great, because the sun just came out here. Nice. Alright, well there's 80 gold that I get to keep, and then we can go pop this back in. I'm going to have to wrap up soon for the day. For the week even. But I would love to get the Paladin Order Hall to a point where there's another mission table time block, so that at least something's going on while I'm waiting. Yeah, send your champions on Blood of Our Enemy missions and collect 5 Flaccid Demon Blood. So I think we might have to do 5 missions. So this would be a good thing for me to chip away at during my days off, so that it can be done next time. I promise I won't finish. I promise I won't finish the class campaign without you guys. We'll get the mount. We'll get the mount on stream. I'll save it. Pinky's fair. Might be able to do all 5 at once now. Ooh, that would be good. Let's take a look at it. Bucky Barks with a 9-month resub. Thank you very much. Another stream baby. Cute wig. I thank you. One thing I'm kind of curious about wig-wise, and I don't have one, but I've always been curious if I would look insane in like a really bright blonde. I've never been blonde. I'm not a natural blonde, obviously. I guess not obviously. I'm wearing a wig. You don't know what my natural hair is. But I'm a natural brunette, but I've always been curious because some people can just really carry it off, and on other people it looks like very clearly like it's from a like not natural. And I'm not trying to get the wigs to look real, but I'm just curious as to what it would look like. I don't have a blonde wig, but they do exist. They are out and about. I think that it might wash me out. That's why I didn't get a blue wig, is I had blue dyed hair at one point in my life, and I liked it a lot, but the color definitely like washes me right out. Once you get the first mount, the other ones are available from the vendor. Alright, so that's gonna take in progress. Yeah, so we could do another one, but I only have I sent all my dudes out for an hour, so that is a later me problem. But we got my Archdruid Lunar Wing today. And next week, don't get me wrong, pardon me, next week on stream, I'm excited for a lot of stuff. I want to finish the Paladin campaign because we've made it this far. Let me take a look at his BTW quest actually and see how much more we have left. I want to finish his campaign. It's going to be a patch week next week, so there's going to be things to collect and do from the new patch. We're going to have to do that. I'm going to have Vault on my Death Knight of all characters because I tanked a little bit. And it's going to be a fresh week, so we get fresh freehold attempts. I want to do another 17 chances at Sharkbait. I cannot do all of those things all on Wednesday, but we'll have plenty to keep us busy with next week. So, here, Legion, Paladin, High Lord campaign, Champion Nerisman. So for the campaign, we're after this. They're going to make us do Blackrock Hold. At least the dungeon quest, I can just kind of go solo. And then they send you out questing a little longer. And then they give you some more things. And then there's more missions. And then there's the end of it. Okay. So there's a few more time gating things to do. This add-on is BTW Quests. BTW Quests. I'm going to check my add-on spreadsheet to see if it's in there. I might need to update it. I mean, I know I need to update it, but I don't know if it has BTW in it or not. It does not. But you can find it on your favorite add-on provider, BTW. Finally got a Quantum Courser. Got the Operation Mechagon mount. Very nice. I was, when I was doing dungeons on my Death Knight last night, one of my guildies had a Quantum Courser in their bags, I guess, and we had one pug in the group, and we were between keys. We just finished an AD, and we were heading to Throne of Tides, and we had all just jumped into the toilet. And then it says in chat, so-and-so has received a Rivendare's Death Charger, and the pug is like, how did you do that? And I'm like, did you have a Quantum Courser in your bag? And he's like, oh yeah, I did. I'm just cleaning up my bags, don't mind me. And this pug in the chat was just like losing their minds, being like, wait, I've been farming that forever. Where did you get that? And he just had a Courser in his bags, and it made me think I should do more Rise. I did a bunch of them, and I have never gotten the Courser. But honestly, I want to get Sharkbait to drop the old-fashioned way before we get a Courser, because I don't want the Quantum Courser to give me Sharkbait. I want it to give me either one of the two BFA dungeon mounts that the Shadowlands ones that I don't have, or the King's Rest mount would be okay too. I would take the King's Rest Charger, not Charger, or I would take either like the Soleus Gear Glider or Necrotic Wake, the Necrotic Wake one. My Anthus is wearing the shop mount paint, or the shop transmog, the Phoenix ones. Yeah, I need Marrowfang, and I would take that. I would be really happy to get that from a Quantum Courser. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I had a delightful amount of fun. I'll be back on Wednesday. We have so much to do next week. I'm looking forward to the streams. I appreciate your company. If you want to watch my VODs and you want to do it when I'm not streaming, I have a YouTube VOD channel that you can follow if you want to check them out there. What else do I have to promote? Not a whole lot right now. Stay tuned. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.